Hey, Solid. I'm just looking at the art while I'm waking up. Look at Sally. Oh, her head is literally like a onigiri. That's so funny. The concept art for Fifi's very different. This fits. Looks so different. Alright, let's get to the game. So, we're here to ask everyone about everyone else and
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling, stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
what? Never spoken riddles before. Why now?
Foregone drifter, holding fast, days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender, accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some four walls make around a room?
Wash up adventure?
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Man, I'm not good at poetry. I don't know what that means. Internet hates you? Oh no.
With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Okay. So, Hawkshaw's, the one that we are forced to, seems to be controlling a lot of things.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be. Softly does the flower grow, All in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
The gardener, basically.
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Jealous of someone? Flowers did you think of Fitz? Are they rivals or something?
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
He feels, trapped here. Did it text me? It means I've asked her about them already. We're just questioning people about each other and these things.
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
No poem for her, huh?
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Oh, she just left. Didn't realize you could just leave.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
Mean? I think she did it herself? To free herself from here, maybe?
This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Okay.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah. Weird.
Is it weird? Wonder what she's gonna say if we ask her about this.
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Yeah, that's
Is
important.
it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife
Fair.
makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
Maybe there is significance, the fact that there's blood on the knife.
It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
So is this not Poppy? Who is this girl? Unless she's lying, like, really... Unless she's, like, really good at lying or something.
Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
Okay. Fitz said there's something weird about the palette.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
Well, that's why we're asking.
What was inside?
Nothing.
Huh. Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
It does look green. It's weirdly green, yeah. I agree.
I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes.
I get that. Now that just reminds me of Q. Newest.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
Interesting. So who is this? It looks like her though, if she, like, you know, cut her hair and changed up all her stuff. I guess we'll see when we get there.
Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
No, but wonder when she drew that, I guess.
That belongs to Flora, I think. Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Oh? Okay. Someone here plays the piano.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me.
I think that is her. Maybe she changed her style when her mom left or something?
Yeah, it's mine.
Played a tune for us?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
That doesn't sound like anything we've heard before. Ask
Yeah,
her what's
it's
important.
mine.
So special.
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up.
Aw, how
For
cute.
2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me, if she'd stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
So, the only other person I can think of that uses the piano would be Freya. Wonder why, though. That seems important.
You get some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
We didn't really see any, what are they called? It's the thing where you, like, stick dead bugs and, like, stretch out their wings and stuff for it. I can't remember what they're called. Didn't really see anything like that in her. But we know she kept them because Fitz would gather some for her in the greenhouse. So, I don't know where they'd be.
Those petals,
What about them?
it's nothing. They're just unusual.
Girl, you know something.
Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Right.
Why do you look so upset about that, huh?
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
He does do that, though.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
You put them?
Found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
Girl, remember. We're trying to solve a mystery.
I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Okay.
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you?
It was out in the open, just in the bush, but I don't know. I think this is important.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
It is, but it's actually Hawk's. I guess we'll ask her about it. We'll ask Fifi about it when we get there.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little... protective.
Mm-hmm.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh. How nice.
Oh, I don't have my water. Technically.
Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it.
Phoebe's gonna be like, why the fuck do you have my diary? Ask her. So maybe we should ask everyone else and then ask her last.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah, I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Never seen him use it, but I don't remember what he said about this. Wish. Can you not take notes on what each person said about each thing? I feel like that's important. Okay, this symbol means is there anything? This is the way she went, I guess. Statement. Okay, we have notes on stuff like this. I want to see what the notes are on each item. Let me go back here. Oh, it's just suspect statement.
That's all the state.
Dang it. I wish... Well, hopefully it's all stored somewhere because I will not remember what everyone else said. A penny.
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance. Which part? The giant bird arms, or... If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself. Professor Pointer? Why him? Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Pointer called Hawkshaw in? Pointer, what the fuck? Are you into something? Carrying my dog in an accident? Oh no! Don't handle it. Well, now we know that he called her in.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me? Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
I mean, it's a neat fact.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
That's what I think too, but I'm not gonna say it. Maybe he feels trapped in this town.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve. Got it, thanks. For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Everyone admires her. It doesn't seem like anyone would have anything against her. Unless it's like Fifi and Poppy and them. Even then. My hypothesis that she killed herself is...
Oh, she's beautiful! Who is she? Wait, is that me? She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. you don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
Are you, though?
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Didn't he say there was like something going on between them? Something strained or something?
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why
Oh?
would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Interesting.
You know, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you?
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I could
Really?
care less, to be perfectly honest.
I guess it makes sense because he's his daughter.
Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist. Goodness me. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it.
You got beef with Poppy, huh?
I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her. Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable.
You were just asking questions, jeez.
How terrible.
You recognize it?
That color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene. Oh, that's rather sad.
Oh, nothing else? Okay.
Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian. Had her own priorities. Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
I guess.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew.
That's what I think.
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
So Fifi. It does look kind of different though in this one.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
Got nothing to say about it? Huh?
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one, well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Found one here.
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
Fucking hell, it is Poppy. No one's telling me shit.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
What is your beef with Poppy? Tell me.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Rhea, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
We knew that because of the glass box, sort of.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
Is it not? It's probably to Poppy, or about Poppy, the red roses or whatever in this picture.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no
What
good
is
at
it?
caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Huh. Why do you have it in your room?
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Lovely.
Okay.
Oh, there used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Okay.
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue. I don't know what that is. I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. but they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course! Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Oh, it is just a hat. Heard about and then stole the puppies. What a meanie.
If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
I don't know what bird.
Ooh, a secret diary.
That's our guess too.
Excellent.
Oh, you can't open it.
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
Was it a gift for him or something and then he just hid it?
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Do that later. It's... Why'd you bring Hawkshaw here, huh?
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end.
That sounds kind of mean.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Heck you, man.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Why is this guy so mean? I don't know. I think he has beef with, well, he kind of knew that he brought this detective over, but I'm not
He
sure
should
why.
learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends. Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
You're saying she could have left? This man's back was killing. True.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Aren't you the head of the family? It sounds like a you problem, sir.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
He's got a beef with the other family, it looks like.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived. My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
Can you tell me why?
So which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix,
Oh.
you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade. Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
For now.
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same.
In like a bajillion years, you know? It's plastic.
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Okay, he knows something about the statue.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical. I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
Oh, I wonder what he's gonna say about this foot.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Is this important?
Possibly.
I just want to ask everything.
Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
He was about to say something. He hides something. Maybe a knife?
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
Don't be mean. Probably can't make that.
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
It looks like a mountain that's too high to climb.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
What does that mean? Did she lose her innocence? And I don't want I don't want to think about what that means.
These were drawn
but...
by Freya? She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put.
Me too.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes.
Alright, let's see what he says about this photo.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
God damn it. Tell me it's fucking Poppy.
Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that
Aw.
is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Everyone's not telling me shit.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either.
We all look at everything. There's been a
What
murder.
kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower
Oh.
joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Okay.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
I think he just likes to look at it, but
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
okay, he just doesn't want to talk to you. Understood.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
I don't know. This seems
Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
okay. So he has something to do with this.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Well, Hawkshaw said it was hers.
That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
Alright. okay.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
Why are you so mean?
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
The lock, I guess, yeah.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
Okay, you're fucking suspicious. I'm suspicious about her, but we'll get back to that later. Use a restroom. Be right back. Can't you buy some at, like, I don't know, Publix or something?
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Yeah, of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
Kind of weird how you said other humans, but okay.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Okay.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
So do you not like Freya or something?
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
I don't remember what she said about the golden beetle stuff. Guess Pointer hired her to find that because we found it in his room.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Gotta check that family tree. I thought she was Felix's daughter. I guess not. Fifi's Felix's.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
I wonder what beef they have.
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Both of you have some beef.
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
Why futile?
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter, always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
Okay.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
Bound by it. It's a good, like, baseline. Not married from Flora. No, he's married to Flora, yes. And Fifi's his daughter. He doesn't really talk, so...
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Okay, yeah. God, someone needs to tell me that this is Poppy, or else I'm gonna go insane.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall.
It's his parents. I learned that they died or something. Or no. Pointer told me that Fitz's dad was from one of the family, and his mom didn't really marry into. He never met her. But I guess he just lived here. Or he just lives here now. It's a bit confusing. I have to look into my notes.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Looks like a knife to me, but wonder what he thinks.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Telling you, this is Poppy. Is it like a bird feather? Oh, you know what? It could be a bird feather. Cause this is a bird with red feather. White and red. I don't know what that means. That's a good guess.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
She did die in the middle of
Yes,
painting.
so we shall. Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
That's because she helped him start painting, right? Sure he...
Does Florin normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
Fair.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed, yes. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course. I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that. That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes. My daughter Fiona and her best friend. They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
No one's telling me anything.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
Maybe witch-like?
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Uh-huh. Okay, so maybe your thing about it being a feather has some truth to it.
Now this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
Oh my god, no one's telling me anything.
I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
Yeah, but I just want to do everything. Okay?
What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
Gold isn't cool. Well, jewelry, I guess.
Goodness me! That looks like it might belong to Fitz.
Yeah, but we found it in Penny. I'm guessing it was a gift from Fitz to Penny and she just, like, accepted it or something.
That looks like it might belong to Fitz.
And the statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements. But it's not too bad. Might be salvageable.
Don't melt it down or whatever.
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
Come on now. Everything's a clue.
I'm as confused as you are. Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise.
Everyone thinks this is Fiona's, even though Hawkshaw said it was her. Curious about it.
Bizarre things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to.
I don't know about that.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
What's that bird, huh? What's that?
Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they?
Okay.
I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
Does, yeah. Oh wait, I want to look at the family tree.
What is
I
that?
think it's a family tree.
Okay, yeah. Fitz's dad is Flint Fellow. So he's like one of the fellows. Flora and Felix. Big Fiona. So Fitz is Felix's nephew. Emily Everstone just came. Felix and Flint are brothers. Flora and Primrose are sisters. I didn't realize that. Flora's the youngest of all these, and they had an argument or something. But Primrose had a lead. Freya from the Fellow family. Wait a minute. Lord Fellow had a child with Lady Fellow and Selena Stone. Some outsider? So I guess that's why they're arguing whether she could hold the last name anyways. Looks like a bastard child. Interesting. Let's question Fifi.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother?
That's what this is.
How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Great loss. Huh?
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
He's just mean, don't worry.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh, yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Okay. Just beef with him for some reason. Floor's only 44? That's younger than I thought.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No.
Oh.
Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
I was gonna say, sounds like someone I know.
No, he is quite correct.
Uh-huh.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became, 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Maybe she did want to leave.
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession,
I think the family is
ornithologist.
just the reason why
Likes,
she's stuck there.
Birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Huh. That's like the nicest thing you've said about it.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
Right, yeah. 'Cause we looked at the family tree.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
What? Carrying a knife, huh?
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come. What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
Guessing Freya told her she could just leave. To Adobe ads.
No! I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
which as a mere abstract representation does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
The only other sharp thing I can think of is this. But I don't think it. If Freya did stab herself, then we would have found it on her.
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right, but why?
I do not know why.
Well, that's why we're asking questions.
The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are?
Yes. Because I think there's something. I think the symbols mean, like, each person.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Scientists at heart.
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Last 2 days.
Is she laughing?
Well, what was that?
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Why would she add blood?
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
What?
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Why would she need blood?
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Hey, I like eggs. And she didn't tell anyone. I know! Why would she have blood and not tell anyone?
A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Uh-huh. What? Oh, I guess it...
There's something about Felix's something.
Let's ask him about it.
Later.
There's something about the report of Fitz.
Okay.
Let's ask him about it.
Later. I want to look at it again. Yes, there is no red paint. Maybe Frey was just a freak. She seems to be well liked though, so I don't know. Someone did say that she had like... Someone, I think Penny said that, oh, she must have some like issues of her own or something. To this paint specific.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through
There's
this
a lot of
painting.
red.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
That is a lot of red, you can be a freak and well liked, I guess. Well, this is such a closed environment, this tower. I would assume someone would have known.
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Weren't very well liked, but always want to use human teeth in her art. Excuse me? I feel like I could have gone the rest of my life without knowing that, but...
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Yeah? That weird?
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Why is it here? Huh?
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Heck all of you. This is Poppy.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But...
Well,
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
I think everyone acting weird was because of Frey.
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Exactly.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate. Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next!
I just want to ask all the questions first, okay?
It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
Yeah, I was about to say, it depends on how well you can bite into it, I assume.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
I guess not.
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands. Curious. This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I
doesn't.
don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
pointer. You sneaky little. But Hawkshaw said it was hers. I'm confused.
I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh.
Valid.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Father did say this was Flora surrounded by all the people that she loves or something. Kind of sus how Freya's there, not Phoebe, her actual daughter.
That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is.
Yes.
A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
There's something about Hawkshaw's
we have
handheld
a lot now.
microscope. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Not a lot now. Let's ask Flora. I assume she won't say anything, but let's ask.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
Yeah, things from far away.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Nothing.
Nice try.
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Can't just ask her.
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know.
We spoke to your daughter, Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials? Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
What if she says something for one of these? I'm curious.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife. Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked? Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there, or is it always empty? What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies? This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter? Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
I really thought she was gonna say something there.
Me too.
Do you know anything about this beetle?
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who are the other people next to you?
I think we know. It's just the bird we don't know. Yo, that's literally everything. I got 2 achievements for that. Alright, let's question people. Question. Talk show. Suspicious.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
Well, we know
You're
now.
such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
You're searching for the golden beetle.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He's not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the
Oh, so
greenhouse.
she did not use a microscope there. It's a telescope.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
It's a fucking telescope, you piece of shit. Handheld microscope. Wearing Fifi uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
What?
A
What kind of
detective?
question is that?
Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track.
Yes,
What's
we are.
the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely
Aw.
childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is
Yes?
your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Theft. Someone had the beetle and it was stolen.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
I think she saw it, but he was holding something else, which is the trowel.
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
This thing.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Oh yeah? Not sure what I want to say. I'm guessing because these are gifts to each other, maybe?
An ornate trowel is part of a matching set with a potted flower in Penny's room. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
Oh yeah?
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Then compare directly with the potted flower from Penny's room. This? Yeah, the soil is the same color.
Let's take a closer look at these.
What the pot and soil. Penny's room matches pot and soil found in Fitz's green.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
Well, it does.
It took me a long time to breed.
Interesting.
I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Okay.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that. That's nothing.
You
Nah,
wrote,
it's
"Now I'll
something."
get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower
does
petals.
the petals?
From red roses.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And who they belong to.
Oh, I know. It's the drawing.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget,
Got
Penny's
birds.
the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Got feathers. One of Penny's birds. Oh, wait, no. One of Penny's birds. Used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. But it didn't work?
One of Penny's
That's
birds
not right.
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz, but it didn't work. Almost. Maybe just...
And steal evidence.
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those 2 have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides,
And yet-
Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
We got clues now.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Yellow one. Yellow feather. Left behind by this yellow bird. When I visited the rooftop garden.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it!
Oh,
Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
that was something.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
You're suspicious
Come
now.
on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not yours.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Look at Freya's. Oh, these are 2 different bottles, it looks like.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Ah, here. See? It's different. This red paint pot was stolen and replaced with... Felix's red paint pot. But the lids were swapped out. Think? Yeah.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Oh, this red paint was somehow filled with blood. Poor Freya used to.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Okay.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written here?
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's somebody else's diary.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
I have no idea. I thought the star was because of Pop. Oh, you know what? The photo. She's holding a book. Here we go.
Let's take a closer look at this.
This blue book.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
How's it
You were
locked?
hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Evie didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Innocent.
might be
huh?
easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Yeah, literally. Open it.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
Alright, Fifi unlocked the diary.
What's in it?
Finally. What's in there?
Back, and the flesh just... Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bear works, impressive little thing. I have 2 now, need 2 more. Found my way into the middle, surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes wide. Despite everything I still have a promise to keep, I'll do my best she could do with a little comfort. What does that mean? Has something to do with the puzzle then.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand,
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife.
it's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
It's...
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, not this. This one? Third one? Oh, look at that. Does look like a knife.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Painted knife, actually just feather from an ink dipper.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink-dipped bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink-dip bird is red and white too?
Oh, we know. This.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Now why? I don't know. Maybe Inked Bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
The ink-dipped bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
At the sky.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Egg.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
What?
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait. There's something tucked inside this one.
Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love. It's so cute. Okay. We ask everyone about this thing now.
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
Maybe it flew away. That's why she is staring at the window a lot, right?
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Uh-oh. Shouldn't we have showed it to her then? Well, she said she's not close to their mom, so it's fine.
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
Bird would be very, important.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
So Jeffries work consistently. Yeah.
How sweet.
Okay. That was it. Maybe Penny has something to say about it.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
So she knows what bird it is.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Wait, did we ask her? I don't think we did.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Eh? Uh-oh. All I could do. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something about a painting. Let's look in Freya's room.
That painting.
Why would you want
Maybe Freya enjoyed
the
the
atmosphere of
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph. It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Yeah, but where's the...
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either.
I think they just haphazardly made a room for her. Am I missing something?
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there were so many shades of black.
I want to ask her about the picture. Girl, that's you. Already asked her.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me.
The astronomy. Did we miss something?
A bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean?
He's like, you can't know my pre-goth self. I guess not.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally?
Haha.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank. We already solved it.
This was insane. We not ask. I thought we asked him about it. We asked him about everything.
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
A Spyglass to the Stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
Would you even use it?
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
You can see right into Flora's
You're
room.
looking at her.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
But you could have seen what happening, right?
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
I can just about see the gramophone. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
It's too dark back there. I can't really see anything. Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there.
That is.
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
Why are you looking at her like that? That's kind of weird.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
The books aren't
It's
used
not a
either.
matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
Not really interested in the astronomy yet.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Bugs.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Her telescope was actually looking at crimes? Not up at the
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
No,
does.
everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Change it.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
The extra room, I forgot about.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something. We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Oh. Maybe she's not dead. Trying to match this one. Trying to match real knife resemble bloody knife.
The painted ink-dip feather was designed to match a real knife to resemble a bloody knife. Nope. Blood from the paint pot was used to hide a real knife, to hide the evidence. That's not right.
As Freya painted the blood onto the blood from the paint pot was painted over. Painted it resemble a bloody knife.
Blood from the paint pot. Almost. Maybe just change.
To hide
Blood from the paint pot. That's not right either.
could stab. I don't think.
Blood from the paint pot. That's not right either.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint over the painted egg there. I just do.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
Nothing.
It could be anything. It might not
I don't
even be
think she's
important.
dead.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with the painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Unrelated? Didn't they find a body though? Right, but I don't think we had a doctor come over to look at it. Look at the secret room.
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Real thing. Red ribbon.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
No, we should have opened. Is that the last thing? It is. Can ask everyone of it.
Just dusty junk.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Cleaned it over.
At least the moths are kept well fed.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
Werewolf?
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Stuffed werewolf? No.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
That's all we're supposed to. What do you know about this?
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
Someone has to say. Red rope. A lot of red.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
To hang something? I just want to be thorough.
What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double-check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, we checked the whole room.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
I haven't gotten her suspicion.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
So you know what it is? Yeah?
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
Poppy knows something.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Nothing else. Get to the garden.
What is it?
This wasn't here before.
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
What? This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you Freya. Fuck me.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
What was that? Simple melody. Let's have Poppy play the melody.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
find other pieces of music, maybe? Oh, this one. What else would there be music? Oh, we can actually play it. Holy, that was broken.
Weird.
Huh.
It's someone humming a tune. It's piano music. There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
Oh, we can finally ask her about it.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
Used to like these colors.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
This one.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Pink cassette tape. Found at the crime scene matches. Blonde girl. Not in pop.
The pink cassette tape. Nope.
Matches a pink cassette player. Used by Poppy.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Nah. Right hand side, the ripped photograph. This one.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason
Right.
she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
I think that's everything. Look at the, I think we're missing one more lakes. Oh, the...
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent, wooden wind chimes.
Oh.
That's all four melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
I'm sure we can solve this now.
I don't remember what they look like. I need a picture.
Let's try this again.
Nope.
What do... These are clues. What- Need to match it?
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Oh, Well?
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Underneath. Huh.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Bunch of bugs here.
What's in there? Nine beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass. What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Think he's trying to do alchemy?
Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols. Mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Huh. Reminds me of the chart from the library.
The one from the chalkboard.
Yeah. This looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Huh.
Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Just a...
I'll do this later. A glass tank. It's full of plants.
There's a layer of condensation on the inside.
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Let's not go down just yet.
On the go.
We still haven't explored this room properly.
Wants me to solve the puzzle.
It's so dark, I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
We'll end it. Thanks for coming. Probably finish. I think we're so close to the end, but I can't think straight. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. See you on Tuesday. We'll probably start the new game then too.